Chapter 11: Text-to-Speech and Text Messaging using App Inventor. I recommend viewers to read or look at the previous chapters before going through this video. The previous chapters contain important information and tutorials on how to use different blocks. Some of those blocks will be used in this video, so please go through the previous chapters first. Parts of this video: text-to-speech feature and its blocks, texting blocks and how to use them, and a tutorial on how to create a messaging app, and some optional features that will be included in the messaging app. Text-to-speech feature. In this section of the video, there are many parts: after speaking block, before speaking block, call text-to-speech speak message block, set country to block, set language to block, set pitch to block, set speech rate to block, and many others which are just used for setting variables and taking the results. Text-to-speech after speaking block. The after speaking block is used to command the app to do an action after the text is spoken. These commands can be, for example, changing a label to stopped or finished after the text is read. The get result block is a variable used to obtain the text read. The set result block is used to set the result to a different value. This block must be used with the call text-to-speech speak message block. Text-to-speech before speaking block. The before speaking block. This block allows commands to be performed just before the text is read. This block can be used to set a label to speaking before and while the text is being read. This block must be used with the call text-to-speech speak message block. Text-to-speech call text-to-speech speak message block. This block is an action block. This block is used to initiate the text-to-speech feature. This block requires input, which is text being read. This can be used along with the previous two blocks. Text-to-speech set language block. This block is used to set the language of the voice that the text-to-speech feature uses. This block can be used to allow the user to change the language of the voice. This block is used because there are many different languages. When giving it a language, there are codes for this, such as ENG for English, SPAs for Spanish, or FRA for French. These are always lowercase. Text-to-speech set country to block. This block is used to set the country of the language the text-to-speech block reads using. This block can be used to allow the user to change the countries for each language. This block is used because there are many different versions of languages in different countries. When identifying countries, specific identifiers must be used, such as CAN in capital for Canada, FRA in capital for France, or ESP in capital for Spain. This is a chart that contains few of the codes for the languages and countries. Text-to-speech set pitch to block. This block is used to control how high or low the voice is. This can be used to change the voice to male, female, or neither, just robotic. The range of pitch is from 0 to 2. Pitch at 1.0 is regular. Text-to-speech set speech rate to block. This block is used to change the pace of the voice, so speed of reading basically. It can be set to really fast or really slow. This has a range from 0 to 2. The average and regular rate would be 1.0. This is the second part of the video: texting, blocks, and how to use them. In this section of the video, there are many parts. When texting message received do block, call text send message direct and without direct blocks, set texting Google Voice enabled to block, set texting message to block, set texting phone number to block, and set texting receiving enabled to block. Texting. When texting message received do block. This block is used to program the app to perform an action once the message is received. Usually, this block would be used with the next few blocks. If you hover over the pink number tag, it will say get number, which would be the number that the message is from. If you hover over the message text tag, it will say get message text, which is a message that was texted to the user. Texting, call, texting, send message blocks, direct and without direct. The call, texting, send message block is used to send text messages using the device's default messaging app. The call, texting, send message direct block is used to send text messages directly on the app instead of opening the default messaging app on the device. Texting, set texting, Google Voice enabled to block. This block is used to enable the feature which allows users to send messages over Wi-Fi using Google Voice. Unfortunately, Google Voice no longer supports receiving text messages due to new changes introduced in the app. Texting, set texting, message to block. This block is used to set the message being sent, so it is usually used to take the message the user inputted. You set the texting message block to the user's message. Texting, set texting phone number to block. This block is used to set the phone number which the user is going to text to. This block doesn't have to contain only phone numbers. It can contain emails too, but emails would open up an email app instead, and you'll be sending emails instead of text messages. Texting, set texting, receiving enabled to block. There are 3 settings for this block. When it's set to 1, it's off, no messages will be received. When it's set to 2, foreground, messages will be received. When it's set to 3, the component will respond to messages if the app is open, so it's always. Texting app tutorial. I'm going to use App Inventor for this tutorial. So I'm going to create an app named Texting Demo App, which I've already created. And I'm going to pull in the texting feature. Since this is an invisible feature, it's going to show up at the bottom as a non-visible component. I'm going to press on blocks, and I'm going to show you a few things you can do with the texting feature. So first, I'm going to grab initialize global name to and set name to message. Then I'm going to go to the text and get a blank text block. And in there, I'm going to type in a message, which is hi there. I'm going to press on screen 1, and I'm going to take the when screen initialize do block. Under this block, I'm going to press on the texting component and grab the set texting message to block. And in this block, I'm going to take the global message and press on the get global message block. And I'm going to drag it over to right beside 2 in the set texting message block. Now I'm going to go to the texting feature again and drag the set texting phone number to block. I'm going to duplicate hi there, put it over there, and edit the text to a random phone number. Now I'm going to drag this statement above the set texting message to get global message statement. Now I'm going to go to control, press on that, and grab an if then statement block. And I get a new variable, initialize global name to, and I'm going to rename that to do not disturb. And I'm going to put a true block after 2. Since if do not disturb is true, then I will not receive any text messages using this app. So I'm going to grab the global do not disturb to and put it in if, and then in then I'm going to press on texting and grab the set texting receiving enabled to block. I'm going to put this in the then part of the if statement and then press on math and grab 0, and I'm going to set that to 1. This means that now I won't receive any text messages through this app. Now I'm gonna select the texting feature again, and under that I'm gonna take the set texting message to block and the set texting phone number to block. Now I'm going to select the texting feature again, and I'm going to drag the call texting send message block and put it right under the send texting message to block. I'm going to duplicate that phone number I put before and put it right after texting set phone number to block. I'm going to duplicate hi there and change that text to a message, as in wake. Now I'm gonna go to texting and get the when texting message received do block. And what this does is, after the message is received, what it should do. That's basically what the block does. And the number over there means that I can get the number from which the text came from, and the message text means the text message with which the user is receiving. So I can use both of those to get the two variables or values. So just a warning, I'm gonna go to designer, so it's not gonna really look well because right now I'm just showing you what parts you can use in a texting app. Near the end of this tutorial, I'll show you a really good app which I've created using these features. So right now I need to add the text-to-speech feature, which falls under the media section in the palette. So the text-to-speech feature is also a non-visible component, so it's gonna show up at the bottom as well. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna go back to blocks. Now I'm going to select the text-to-speech feature, and under that I'm going to grab the call text-to-speech speak message block. I'm going to place this block under the when texting one message received do block. As I've already explained to you what this block does in the previous parts of my presentation in this video. So now I'm going to grab the get global message text to. Now I'm going to go and select the texting feature. I'm going to grab the when texting message received do block. Now I'm going to go to designer. So I need a label and I need to put it on screen 1. So now I have to go to user interface, which is under palette, and under user interface there will be label. I'm going to select that and drag it over to screen 1. I need 2 labels, and I'm going to delete the text in both labels, so they're both going to be empty labels with no text. I'm going to go back to blocks now, and I'm going to rename label 1 to label new message, and I'm going to set the new name of label 2 to label number. Now I'm going to select label new message and grab the set label new message text to and place it under the when texting message received do block. And I'm going to grab the get message text. Now label new message will display the new text message which comes from the person who's texting the user. Now that I grab the text label number text and I put get number there, label number is going to